I would like to congratulate PMIPCC, the Hyderabad chapter of PMI, on celebrating its 25 years of impact. I would like to thank the team and the leadership for giving me this opportunity here at Project Edge. A few years ago, project managers were expected to manage timelines, budgets, and execution. Today, a project manager may lead teams across multiple time zones, collaborate through AI powered systems, interpret dashboards in real time, and still be expected to lead with empathy during uncertainty. The role has changed. And perhaps the biggest shift is this: the future project manager is no longer just managing projects. The future project manager is orchestrating transformation. Hi everyone, I'm Ruby, and today I'll be speaking about future ready competencies with tech enabled project managers. We are living in an era where technology is evolving faster than ever before. AI can generate plans, automation can accelerate workflows, dashboards can provide real time visibility. But while technology is becoming smarter, project environments are also becoming more complex. Teams are more distributed, delivery cycles are faster, business expectations are higher. And because of this, the expectations from project managers are changing too. Today's PM is expected to understand technology, business, communication, adaptability, and leadership, often all at the same time. And that is what this session is about. Let me start with a simple question. What happens when AI can plan your project in 30 seconds? Today, AI can generate project plans instantly, dashboards can replace manual reporting, and teams are no longer sitting in the same room. The tools are changing. But the real question is, what becomes essential? What is the role of the project manager when execution itself is becoming automated? Traditionally, project management was heavily execution focused. The role revolved around schedules, trackers, coordination, reporting, and delivery follow ups. But modern delivery environments are fundamentally different. Today, organizations operate through cloud ecosystems, AI enabled workflows, distributed teams, digital platforms, and continuous transformation initiatives, which means project managers are no longer expected to simply manage execution. They are expected to align stakeholders, navigate ambiguity, support business outcomes, and lead through complexity. So, one thing is becoming increasingly clear in today's environments is that execution alone is no longer enough. Because projects today are not only technical initiatives, they are ecosystems of people, communication, priorities, and business expectations. Traditionally, project managers were focused on control, tracking tasks, managing schedules, ensuring status visibility, and all of that, right? But today, the expectation is very different. Project managers are expected to drive decisions, deliver value, and align with the business strategy. So the shift is clear. We are moving from managing execution to orchestrating outcomes. The traditional PM and the future ready PM operate very differently. Traditionally, project managers focused on task tracking, timelines, reporting, and coordination. But the future ready PMs operate at a broader level. They interpret data, they align business and technology, they enable collaboration and help organizations navigate change. So earlier, project success was measured mainly through time, scope, budget, and such. Today, success also includes customer impact, adaptability, innovation, and strategic alignment. And perhaps the most important shift is this: the project manager is becoming the bridge between technology, people, and business outcomes. Because while technology can automate workflows, it still cannot replace leadership during uncertainty, stakeholder trust, or human judgment in complex situations. And that human layer is becoming more valuable, not less. Let's look at the environment we are operating in today, right? So we have AI enabled tools, cloud first ecosystems, distributed global teams, and continuous delivery cycles. Everything is faster, everything is more interconnected, and most importantly, complexity is increasing, which means capability must evolve with it. Today's delivery environments move incredibly fast. Teams are distributed. Technologies evolve continuously. Expectations change rapidly. And organizations are under constant pressure to adapt, which means project managers are expected to operate in environments where priorities shift, dependencies evolve, and complexity increases constantly. And when complexity increases, communication becomes important, alignment becomes more important, leadership becomes more important. Future ready PMs, therefore, need more than operational capability. They need digital fluency, adaptability, strategic thinking, and emotional intelligence. Because technology may accelerate delivery, but people still determine whether transformation succeeds. So the question becomes, what does a future ready project manager actually need? I'd like to think of it through 5 major competencies or capability areas: AI and automation literacy, data driven decision making, digital leadership, strategic thinking, and continuous learning. But these are not isolated competencies. Together, they represent something much larger: the evolution of project leadership itself. So, future ready PMs combine technology awareness, business alignment, and human centered leadership. And interestingly, this aligns closely with the PMI talent triangle, which is ways of working, power skills, and business acumen. But today, these areas are being reshaped through technology and digital transformation. One of the most visible shifts happening today is the rise of AI and automation. AI is already transforming how projects are managed. Today, AI tools can generate meeting summaries, automate reporting, predict risks, support sprint planning, identify dependencies, and provide delivery insights in real time, which significantly reduces the repetitive administrative effort. And this creates something important. It allows project managers to spend more time on strategic thinking, stakeholder alignment, collaboration, and leadership. But there is also an important balance here, because while AI can accelerate and enhance execution, it cannot fully replace human intelligence. AI cannot build trust, navigate emotional dynamics, resolve stakeholder tension, or lead people through uncertainty. It cannot understand context the way a human does, or the way a human can. It cannot navigate stakeholder emotions or make nuanced decisions under uncertainty. So, the role of the project manager is not reduced, it is elevated from doing the work to guiding how the work is done. And in many ways, AI may actually increase the importance of human centered leadership, because as environments become more automated, the ability to communicate clearly, think strategically, and lead calmly through complexity becomes even more valuable. So, the future ready PM is not competing with AI. The future ready PM is learning how to collaborate intelligently with technology. Another capability becoming increasingly important is data driven decision making. Earlier, project decisions were often based on experience and judgment. Today, organizations generate enormous amount of operational and delivery data. We have dashboards, forecasting models, predictive analytics, delivery metrics, which means we don't have to wait for problems to appear. We can anticipate them. That is the real power of data. It turns reaction into anticipation. But data alone does not create value. The ability to interpret insights and make informed decisions creates value. Strong PMs use data not only to report status, but to anticipate challenges before they escalate. They focus on meaningful indicators such as delivery trends, sprint velocity, resource utilization, and business impact. Because the real goal is not more data. The real goal is better decisions. One capability I personally believe is becoming critical is digital leadership. Leading effectively without physical presence. And this is where project management becomes deeply human. Because when teams are distributed across time zones, cultures, and functions, control stops working. Communication becomes leadership. I'd like to share a recent experience that reinforced this for me. So, recently, we successfully delivered a go live migration involving teams operating across different time zones. At certain points during the migration, one team was ending their day, while another team was just beginning theirs. So dependencies were moving continuously, decisions had to happen quickly, and we had coordination challenges. Communication needed to remain calm, structured, and aligned. And during that experience, I realized something important. Distributed delivery is not just a technology challenge. It is a communication challenge. It is a leadership challenge. And sometimes it is a trust challenge. Because during complexity, people do not look towards dashboards first, right? They look towards clarity. That is what helped us to succeed, not only technology. It was proactive communication, visibility, structured coordination, alignment between teams, and calm leadership under pressure. And perhaps that is one of the most important future-ready capabilities of all. The ability to create alignment even in complexity. Because leadership today is no longer defined only by physical presence. It is defined by clarity, trust, adaptability, and communication. Another major shift in project management is the move from delivery focused thinking to value focused thinking. Because completing a project successfully from a delivery perspective does not automatically mean the business outcome was successful. So future ready PMs therefore need to think strategically. They must understand customer impact, business priorities, organizational goals, and long-term value creation. Strategic PMs continuously ask, why are we doing this? What business are we enabling? How does this align with organizational direction? Because projects succeed when execution aligns with business outcomes. And this mindset transforms PMs into coordinators, into strategic contributors. So the project manager evolves from a task executor to a value architect. Technology will continue evolving, which means continuous learning is no longer optional. Because technology is not slowing down, AI, cloud, agile, everything is evolving, which means the most important skill is not what we know today, but how quickly we can adapt tomorrow. Adaptability becomes our competitive advantage. Future-ready PMs must remain curious, adaptable, and open to change. They must continuously evolve their tools, their thinking, and their leadership capabilities. But adaptability is not only about technology. It is also about the mindset. Because the PM who succeeds in the future may not necessarily be the person who knows everything. It may be the person who learns continuously, adapts quickly, and remains willing to evolve. Adaptability is becoming one of the greatest professional advantages in the modern project environments. As technology continues evolving, one question becomes increasingly important. What remains human? The human edge. In many ways, AI may actually raise the value of human leadership rather than reduce it. Because while technology drives execution, human drives outcomes. Understanding behavior, building trust, showing empathy, these are not soft skills. These are power skills. Because when uncertainty increases, people do not look towards dashboards first. They look towards leadership. They look towards clarity. They look towards trust. And that is why emotional intelligence becomes even more valuable in a tech-enabled world. Because projects are ultimately driven by people, and people need communication, empathy, collaboration, psychological safety, and trust. So, technology may scale execution, but human intelligence scales alignment. And in a tech-enabled world, these capabilities are becoming even more crucial and critical. And future-ready PMs must learn how to balance technology, strategy, and human understanding. Because that combination creates sustainable leadership. To conclude, the future of project management is not about competing with technology. It's about evolving alongside it. So, what does the future project manager look like? Future-ready PMs must become tech-aware, data-driven, strategically aligned, adaptable, collaborative, and human-centered. Because while AI may accelerate execution, leadership will continue to define outcomes. And perhaps the future project manager will not simply manage projects. The future project manager will create alignment in complexity, bring clarity during uncertainty, and lead transformation in an increasingly digital world. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure sharing my thoughts today. Thank you.